And then you're looking for $1 million US.
Yeah.
$1 million US. The problem I've got is I need to send it back to the UK, 20%.
Damn! That's crazy.
I'd be interested in this.
Okay.
But I don't know if that would work for you guys over here or not. Yeah. Boot release catch, or frunk release catch, it's under here somewhere. Got you. Check out this as well, right? Considering this has a front diff, because it's four-wheel drive, look at the space. Look at the size of the frunk. If anyone's familiar with the frunk in Turbo S, which is pretty good for an all-wheel drive supercar, or more particularly the Audi R8, it has nowhere near that much frunk space, which makes this thing weirdly quite practical. As you've just seen as well by the Gumball livery on this, a lot of what we're doing out here is in collaboration with Gumball 3000. We are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Gumball. Oh my God, all of us have started up at the same time. I genuinely feel quite bad.
Yeah.
The only saving grace is that Will woke up late and we haven't left first thing in the morning. Isn't it amazing what a change of exhaust will do to a perception of a car? Back home, that's like a gentleman's express. Out here, it's a hooligan's express.
Sounds like a Spitfire.
Yeah, I was just saying back on the drive, it sounds now like a British muscle car.
Yeah.
Like imagine if Bentley made a muscle machine. That's what it sounds like. But Gintani, I'd love to go out and check those boys out. I'm not sure if we're going to have time on this trip. I believe they're out here for Car Week, so I'd love to catch up with Alex and speak about a few things, because we have a few cars joining the channel in the coming months, which would benefit from some Gintani tweakery.
These are the only cars that I've ever driven. An Aventador is not like this. It's this and the Diablo and the Countach that are all like that. I don't know why they did it. You also don't sit straight in the car.
Yeah, I know that. I've noticed that in the driving position.
I want to see you honestly try to pull straight and back into a parking stall that has two lines. Because you're going to look perfect on one side, and you'll get out and the car's going to look
totally
like it's
on
sideways.
The channel, or like the direction of the channel, but actually it's like these cars got me thinking about what got me started on the channel in the first place, and the content direction, and like everyone's going nuts over the brand new cars, but they're all too fast. There's something like this super pure and raw, and it's a good investment. And
you know, the funny thing is I see exactly the same happening in the watch industry.
Yeah?
Vintage watches, vintage Cartier, vintage Rolex, it's all up in the race. Vintage cars, older cars.
I'm telling you guys, you won't regret it. It's good to have around. Manual, you'll be excited. V12. The biggest thing is at the end of the day, we all love cars because they basically give you three things. They give you that excitement from obviously the driving perspective, but even when you park the car, if you don't walk away from the car, and I'll tell you right now, every time I get out at the gas station and I walk away, I literally don't even give it one of these. I walk to the front door like this because it's so cool. This period of time for a lot of cars, not just Lamborghini, is very special. Some of the best cars from Ferrari came out during this period of time. The early 2000s to 2010 to 2015 era. That 15-year period is pretty magical for everything. Ferrari, Lamborghini, even other cars. Aston Martin. What year is the DBS, the manual one you have?
2008.
Need I say
think,
more?
Like, it's easy to speculate with hindsight, but we may have reached peak driver's enjoyment car way back when. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
2008 for the Zonda.
Yeah, exactly.
2008 era for things like my Scuderia.
Yeah.
Even though that's a paddle shift car,
Yeah.
that car was a special paddle shift car.
It was so organic.
Yes.
I still think to this day, the paddle shift, the single clutch automated box in that is the best calibration that I've felt of a sort of early gen single clutch box.
E-Diff Mega. Developed in partnership with Michael Schumacher.
It's pretty mad.
It's a cool car.
Cool car. Check that out. So that's a private jet. Well, he's coming in so slowly, it looks like he's hovering. Wow, that's impressive. It really looks like he's hovering. Unbelievable. Wow. He's got to be just above stall speed. I mean, he's just, or riding the like oncoming headwind or something. He's almost just floating there. It's amazing. So just back there is Monterey Jet Center. That's where the Motorlux event was last night. They had to clean that place out and turn it back into an airport. So it's probably the highest concentration of private jets in America right now. Just look at that for an entrance. prancing horse. Wonderful. Hell of a location. Yeah, no, I like the I like this neckline. It's pretty cool. What do you think? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's good.
I'm not sure I've seen myself in anything other than black for like
It's a bit shocking, actually. That's just the skin tone.
It's strange, right?
All right, photo shoot. Put your shirts on.
Check this out. So we've got a full purple exposed carbon BAC mono. And there's been some animal. Literal animal, look. These paw marks. There's an animal that's crawled over this thing at night. In the sun, this looks unbelievable. But look at it. And it's continued across, all across this purple carbon, across the engine bay, and then hopped off here. That's quite impressive. So it's like inverted purple on conventional carbon with the BAC mono R script. What a machine. I have not driven a mono in years. I was really fortunate. Long time back when my friend Ollie Webb was the development driver for them. He invited me down, met Neil and the team, where they've evolved from since then. Well, check this out. 10 years ago, just outside of Manchester, on a rainy day in Audley Edge, I never thought we'd be here, checking out their incredible crib with some new friends and some new cars.
It was for you, so it's good.
Okay.
It's
Matteo.
It's Mathieu. You know, I was born in Corsica,
Really?
south of France. And
Okay.
Corse has been invaded, you know, by the Genoa, so former Italian for
Yeah.
centuries.
Yeah.
So in a way, you know, that goes back to my Southern Europe roots.
So it's Mathieu.
Mathieu.
Okay.
Mathieu.
That'll be it.
Mathieu.
In Dutch, you would say Mathieu. I remember that my old neighbor when I was a kid was called Mathieu.
Yeah.
So it's a gold Ghost Squadron symbol effectively on a bracelet. So when we opened our dealership back in Kensington, like it was a really long journey. And the first day that I walked in the showroom, we had our first batch of like Codex Egg product in there outside of the car. And I christened the moment of opening our dealership with one of these.
How special.
So thanks, man.
Who makes it?
Koenigsegg. Yeah, they make it. Yeah, it's super cool.
I love how they understand lifestyle behind this brand.
It's cool, right?
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's some other companies that don't get it, but I think they understand lifestyle and the trends that
They've really landed on with the whole ghost story, so I'm not sure if you know where the ghost symbol came from. The original sort of build facility that Christian von Koenigsegg was operating at set on fire, right? It had a thatched straw roof. It set on fire and they burnt everything that they worked for, right? So not letting it get them down, they decided to start again and they looked for a new premises where they were going to build.
And then after that, we had a deal with
They identified an Air Force hangar, Swedish Air Force hangar, which was being decommissioned, right? And the symbol of the Swedish Air Force was this ghost, right? And the reason that the Air Force in that particular region was called the Ghost Squadron was because the mist comes in off the sea, and oftentimes when they were doing training drills, they take off in the mist and they land in the mist, and the people who lived there said they could never see them like ghosts. That's why they called them the Ghost Squadron, right? So when this air hangar was being decommissioned, what they ended up doing was one of the pilots came along and said to Christian, would you honor our squadron by leaving the Ghost Squadron symbol on the hangar wall? And he said, I'll do you one better. Every car that's made in this facility will leave with the Ghost Squadron symbol. And that's where the success goes beyond. So it is an homage to the Watch to where it's built. A partnership with the content. It's a cool story. I got goosebumps talking about it. I got goosebumps, bro. Actually talking about it. How mad is that?
It's goosebumps because you see me and you think, I'm so handsome in this t-shirt.
No, not even close.
But I definitely, because of the story you just told.
Oh! You smiled too so calm.
Bro. Seriously? I just think I just stopped.
He hates snakes.
I just turned to stone then. I was like,
Yeah, you're fight or flighters.
I was like, all right.
Neither.
I'm either dead or alive. I'm either dead or alive. That's me. Take it. Today's the day or it's not. That's what I was thinking. We look like a race team.
No, the fact that we were all matching, they were like, you guys look amazing.
That's great
Best
news.
looking group of people that came walked up today.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
No joke. That's like a $2,000 ticket. So don't drop it.
Yeah, because they don't have another one.
I was just saying, as expensive as quail tickets are, if you're attending as a brand, appealing to like high net worths and ultra high net worths, and you know the entry to anyone stepping foot in that door is $2,000, it's an incredible qualifier, right? That you know that anyone you're speaking to might be in the position to be buying your product.
100%.
It's like it's the ultimate sort of hurdle, right?
Most people are going with a partner.
Yeah.
Like
$4,000.
It's $4,000 right there.
$4,000 right there, right? That's before you've come here for your hotels, accommodation, etc. I mean, it's so from a luxury brand positioning for that audience, it's qualified. But punchy. Spider, Murcielago, Utopia, the Pagani Utopia back there, casual Bentley, 992 RS. Wow, that was a 993 GT2. Whoa. Oh, 812 Competizione.
There's that
Chimera.
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
We love Cybertrucks.
No, I don't. I hate them. SLR Roadster, Bottega, Dawn, RS30, M2 with a kit, F12, 964, M8, the craziest car spotting. Revuelto! It's the first Revuelto I've seen. An F430. F430 and a Revuelto. Damn. That's cool. So anyway, that's what I was saying a minute ago about everyone's driving around and it's the best car spotting ever. Well, there's an 812 and an F12 and a 288 GTO. Look at that. There's a real GTO just filling up at the petrol station there.
They're like, hey, welcome back to Car Week. You want to park your whole crew? I shut the street down.
I was just thinking, I was like, over the years, that's never happened. So they're clearly like, do you know what? Let's do everyone a favor and just arrange the VIP parking.
It's
so you
cool.
Nailed it.
It's cool because over
perfect.
the years, people have been told that like we were the problem here.
Yeah.
We were never the problem. That's why the cops love us.
It's worked out great. That cop was awesome. Yeah. He was great. He was like, come on, we got some spaces reserved for you.
Dude, we did some stuff with the police here one year as a joke, and we made it look like it was organic. And like everybody was calling in, calling the chief. The chief called us and was like, "You idiots!" It was so funny.
Like we're just joking around.
Dude, they had media calling the one year when I took my Huracan. It looks like they pull me over.
Yeah.
And then I take off and I drift around the cop car and then take off.
It's cool, huh? Just down a street.
That's pretty wild.
Isn't that amazing?
That's gorgeous.
I just love that. It's like we went to find coffee and this is just there.
And this is just randomly here.
Yeah. He's got some proper, like, he's got Toyo Proxies on it.
Yeah.
Proper track, yeah.
Pretty place.
It's the other thing, it doesn't matter where you point a camera at here, the light is so stunning that everything looks amazing. I mean, look at this. I really believe if you lived in a climate like this, certainly someone coming from the UK, your car choices would be different. There'd be a Spider in there somewhere. Commemorating the 1948 Mille Miglia victory. It's got some serious history. You know, earlier on talking about like peak analog, pure raw driving. So this might amplify that to 11. Stunning thing, isn't it? Superleggera body as well. Got my hands behind my back like I'm, know what I'm talking about. So this is really cool. It's the exclusive series. So it was towards the final production of the 991 Gen 2 Turbo. The paint is specifically developed for this car. It was exclusive to it. There was quite a lot of interior carbon and exterior carbon options, which were exclusive to it, but it also had a power jump, around about 27 horsepower. So to see one just parked up on the street, it's pretty cool. Do you know what's funny? I only need to spend a week here and I start to get the American twang, man. Honestly, it's really contagious.
New York, Long Island, or Brooklyn accent is just so distinct.
It's its own flavor, right? It's its own flavor.
Get a lot of comments and say.
So I've just come down in the manual pre-LP.
Okay.
Not this one. We were talking last night about the not the LP640.
LP640.
This
4-liter.
orange 4-liter. There can't be many in orange.
There's only 19 paint to samples, and there's 3 orange. That's it.
3 of them are orange.
And we've owned 2 of them.
Oh, congrats. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This one, I
Very
don't know.
special.
I sold the other one. I
Right.
don't know if I'm going to sell this one. It's just, I don't know if you're going to be able to get like any other one. They just,
Yeah, how are the prices doing over here?
for paint to sample or just in general?
Well, just for
4-liter?
general
in
4-liter
general,
if it was white or black.
Right.
Like
So like a white
fairly
one
strong.
relative with like miles like this would probably go in the like 6s, I
Right.
would say. So
Okay.
where, you know, I don't
Black one's like 10% more.
Right.
a black one. A black
Yeah.
one would probably be with these miles, which is like 8,000 miles.
Uh-huh.
Probably be like what, 750, 8. This,
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, it's up. People will fight about it, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth less than 1.5.
That's incredible. Huh?
I mean, just go
Isn't that
find
mad?
another one.
You still have
Your
your black one?
Yeah, I do.
Your
Yeah.
4-liter? You have
yeah.
a black one? I
yeah,
just
yeah,
sold my
yeah, I do,
black
yeah.
one.
So I'm in toying with selling mine.
The black
Toying
one,
with it?
Honestly, if I had to keep one,
Yeah.
the black one, like forever, and no one really cared what it was, the black one.
I love
Black
black.
one?
Finished
I
with
love
it.
black. I love it.
Yeah, I've got one back home. Haven't driven it for 12 months. That was one of the reasons
No.
thought about selling it.
You'll be happy
but
if you have
let's see.
both.
Maybe I won't.
You have the LP and that.
Tell me
you'll
about
be
it.
happy to have like the
Man,
nice contrast.
we've been driving around today in the 6.2 pre-LP. And it was
gotta bring
open gated manual. It's amazing, but I'd love to drive the 640 to see how the upgrades
Figure it out. We'll link
compare.
up so you could definitely take the keys to it.
That
for
would be
sure.
spectacular.
It's a
Yeah,
monster.
the while I'm out here.
Oh yeah,
Will
it's
it?
pulling up right now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, we're waiting. We're
Okay.
blocking 2 spots.
Oh,
intentionally.
fantastic. That's very cool.
Drove one the other day and
Yeah.
like, getting into this car. Like I said to my father, I'm flooring this car. And you
Yeah.
could like hear my foot slapping on
Right,
the bottom of the
okay.
plastic. You
Pushing
can't
it through
do
the
that with an
bulkhead.
LP640. You
Is
do
that quick?
Yeah. It's
Yeah?
just, it just goes.
That's interesting because I actually don't find this one that fast.
Okay.
Like it's
6.2
it's
is not
nice
that fast.
and it's actually more sort of surprisingly, despite it being naturally aspirated, it has quite a lot of torque and it's
Right.
fat throughout like the whole rev range. But the gears are very long.
Right.
I mean, when
Same.
was the last time you could use like most of first gear in a
Right. Oh, yeah.
modern day supercar,
Like,
right?
we were just-
straight pipe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Stunning spec.
Only one in Monterey Blue for manual.
23 manual coupes in the US.
And the interior matching stitching, like
That's
just
beautiful.
The Cusatora,
Right.
gorgeous. And we just did the wheels, so Ed had it with black wheels and blue calipers. We just made it back to factory. So this is the full factory spec.
It's odd to see 18s on a supercar these days, right? It's quite nice. It's quite
fresh rubber,
compact.
obviously.
Yeah. It is just good. It is just
It
good.
has 5,000 miles.
Guess how many
Five-
miles?
5,000 miles?
think.
Oh, I was going to say, you would never imagine this has got
No.
50,000
No.
miles, not
No,
kilometers,
miles.
miles.
US car?
The interior's been retrimmed or no?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
The
so.
whole interior
Yeah,
is
because the
redone.
interior is
Brand
really
new.
fresh.
It's
Right.
really good.
Okay. And then you're looking for $1 million US.
Yeah.
$1 million US. The problem I've got is I need to send it back to the UK, 20%.
Damn! That's crazy.
So
That's insane.
that's
So
a
make-
different
make-
story for me.
400.
We were having a chat earlier about, you know, modern supercars are obviously fantastic, and I still love them. But what got me into cars is this peak analog. I mean, open gated boxes, naturally aspirated engines. You know, being able to celebrate what driving is all about without having to go too fast.
It's the
You know what I
last
mean?
of a breed, yeah.
Exactly. I know they are crazy fast, but what's great with an exhaust like this is you don't have to go fast in order to enjoy the platform, even though it's bonkers fast. How would you look at a left-hand drive black one of those in Part X? I'd be interested in this,
Okay.
but I don't know if that would work for you guys over here or not. If we manage to align a schedule to go for a drive, can we bring this guy along? Of course. That'd be super cool. That'd be super cool, man.
I had 2 Murcielagos, you know?
Were they gated? Dude, the values of the gated ones have gone nuts.
Didn't know back then, did we?
No, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as they launched e-gear, everyone was fanning over the paddles.
Yeah.
They were terrible.
Yeah.
$1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million. E-gears back home, they're like 300,000. Manuals, $1 million.
I used one on the 2003 Gumball.
Did you?
San Francisco.
That was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool. Mega. I think I wouldn't have appreciated them so much if I hadn't driven one up here. But having been in it, it's so good. Well, you've heard it. I mean, it's the flipping F1 car, isn't it? Just magnificent thing. Yeah. Mike, you're a long way from crew. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm alright. You're a long way from Italy. Really good.
Looks like you're having an above average day.
I mean, cattle's relative black.
Well, yes. Yeah, indeed. Will you be at Quail tomorrow? I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay.
Catch you later, mate. The R8 GT, sadly...
You want a detail? I'll
Maybe.
give you a free detail.
A free detail? We've got like 10 cars here. That's a lot of free detailing. Okay. No, bro. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to take a photo of this here, and then I'm going to speak to our team, and then if we can make it happen, we'll make it happen. That means a lot.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure, buddy. Take care. Oh no, that R8 GT's got a rear ender. Someone's crashed into it. That R8 GT, someone's crashed into it. Gated GT. Do you think that's a manual? There's no way that's manual. There's no way. Manual swap? Totally lost track of Dave. I don't know where he went. Where did it go? I have never seen another ducktail swap 991 Gen 2 GT3, but there's one right here. In what looks like signal yellow, no less. Do you know what else is fantastic? It's everywhere you point the camera, it looks fantastic because the light's so good. Manual LP, Murcielago, or 6.2, or a Carrera GT.
The manual Mercy.
That's like profound statement, really, right? Like think about where the Carrera GT sits in the like halo of Porsche product and just drivers' cars globally ever to exist.
And trust me, it's really close.
Yeah.
But it's actually just a few boxes that I check on the Mercy that outdo the Carrera GT.
Like usability.
Drivability.
Yeah.
So usability.
Yeah.
First gear, it's easy to drive.
Yeah.
Like you drove the Mercy up the freaking hill after Ocean Ave over speed bumps
at all.
With no issues. It's not fun.
No, but it's
like
nothing like a Carrera GT.
You don't want to be like this. But in a CGT, I don't care how good of a driver you are. If you didn't turn TC off and do a burnout from standstill, I guarantee you would have stalled it, which then wrecks things.
Yeah.
It's like, it's an enjoyable car once it's moving.
Second controversial statement.
Sure.
Question. I think long term, right, and I'm not just saying this because we're Senna owners, we're trying to influence the market. I really believe long term, the Senna is going to be a stronger proposition than the P1.
You're kidding. It will for a couple reasons.
Hear me out, okay? So,
I agree.
The P1 is already costing owners over 100 grand for old hybrid tech to be swapped out. Well over 100 grand.
Which will get swapped again.
100%, right? So it's heavier. It's not as pure a focused car.
It is heavy.
Right? But other than limited numbers, 375 of these 500 Senna, what does it say as a statement of intent?
Before we go that far, just I don't want you to get down the road too far.
Go on.
There's been more, from what I understand, Senna's crashed than P1s too.
Oh, there's no longer 500 Sennas in the world. But when they launched, there was 500 of them.
But out of P1s you've ever seen damaged, I know the flood damaged one from Tavares.
Yeah.
And I've only ever seen one P1 in a crash.
Right.
So that's like two. I've seen tons of Sennas wrecked.
But as a statement of intent,
what
does calling a product Senna say about where McLaren positioned that car, right?
Well, the race car driver P1 would be a legend.
Right, that's serious. But also, Senna, right, is the last V8 from the Super Series line of McLarens that was non-hybrid.
Can you get a bit closer so I can fit it better?
Ever.
So it sits Senna Bros.
Cheers to that.
I was looking at getting a P1 or a Senna.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, because Uncle Ray, who you met today, he has a white P1.
Okay.
I've been on him about buying this car back and forth again for years. And it's always got this battery problem.
Right.
And I finally, even Raymond said to me, he said, buy a Senna. He's like, it's more DDE too. He's like,
it's a way more focused driver's
It's more focused. It's crazier looking. He's like, you don't have any of the crap to deal with the hybrid system.
Yeah. No,
I agree with you on that.
And he's like, no one ever mistakes a Senna for a 720 or a 765 LT. Everybody thinks this is a 650S before you notice what
it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, don't
It's
get
a
me wrong,
beautiful
incredibly
car.
special. Incredibly special.
If they could fix the hybrid system, I'd be down to try to invest in one.
They did. They called it a Senna and took it out.
That's where that video is.
3D printed titanium exhaust too.
Yeah, and a fixed wing.
And a fixed wing. Yeah. I think it has shorter gearing too. This is less of a top speed.
You're right, it does.
Weirdly. It's only like 250 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Something obscene. Yeah, look at this thing, man. I have no information on this, or I have no idea what it is. It was at Motorlux last night. It sounds like the devil is waking up with a bad migraine. That's what this thing sounds like. It's phenomenal. There's wide body and there's this. Just come around the back of this and have a look how wide it is. Look at that. Look at the stance of it. I'm not sure you could actually register that in the UK. It's as wide as our lanes.
Yeah.
It must be designed for rock crawling over here, just straight off-roading.
Right. I've know a little bit about it.
Okay, great, because I haven't a clue. I just know it sounds incredible.
So I think it's built to be kind of multi-purpose, right?
Okay.
Probably does rock crawling. I think it has an active suspension.
Okay.
So you can raise it for ground clearance for rock crawling.
Right.
But I think it also has like a 7 or 150 naturally aspirated V8 that's just like a NASCAR rated race motor.
We heard
So
it start up last night.
retarded over at Motorlux.
Unbelievable
I was like,
sound.
come on, guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it has, probably a couple speed transfer cases. I think it can do like 150 flat out at
Are you
Baja
serious?
too. And it lowers down. I think these lift up because the wheels it sits down so far that the fenders actually lift up.
I think you're right. I can see a bracket underneath these that might actually articulate.
Oh yeah.
They
Right
might
here.
do, right? Yeah.
These lift up
I think you're right. They're on a hinge. Well, I appreciate the insight, man. That's very cool.
Show you. And this is a must-have. If you have a 993 or a 964,
Yeah.
you need this.
Oh, nice. So that's magnetic wireless charging.
Magnetic wireless
holds it in
charging.
there. And do you
And it
use that
holds
for your
around
nav, or
corners.
do you use that for your nav?
So this, I have wireless Bluetooth in the Porsche Command Center. Here's your waist.
Ah, that's amazing. Brilliant, man.
And keep everything analog.
Yeah.
I don't want to see screens. I want to see buttons. I want to see switches.
Nice. Thanks
Those
very
are
much.
charges for your phone.
Oh,
mate.
We need those.
Mate,
We need these. Look at this.
Thanks so much.
All right, man.
You know where we source all the drivetrain stuff?
Go on.
Out of Bristol.
No way. Cool. Small world.
Chris Hazel from Felton.
No way.
And he is a rock star. And we partnered with him, and everything that we do, we custom develop with Felton for Sacrilege.
Nice. Great name, man. Perfect.
Brilliant name.
Perfect.